Here we're going to do a dumbbell hamstring curl. Idea is to recreate what you would do in a gym with a prone leg curl. So where you're going to be laid on your front, and we're going to think about bringing the dumbbell up so that we contract our hamstrings and controlling it on the way down. Now, a few things to remember with this exercise is that your pelvis, your bum is going to want to go backwards like this. Your job is to drive that, so your pelvis, the tops of your quads, to drive that into the floor and not let them lift backwards like this, because they're going to want to as you load your hamstring up. So your job is to keep them in the floor, and that's going to make your hamstring work harder. You're going to need to have your core switched on, your pelvis driven into the floor, and then we're going to focus on the hamstrings as well. A couple of things to bear in mind. So stand your dumbbell up on its end like this, and then you're going to lie down. Now normally you'd have shoes on, but you don't need them on. So you're going to lie on your front like this, arms out in front of you. Don't come up, so don't arch your back. You want to be nice and flat like this, chest slightly off the floor maybe, but core switched on so that it looks after your lower spine. If your core's not switched on, you will feel pain in the bottom of your back. So that core's switched on, you'll feel that push down into the floor. Pelvis, so drive your pelvis and the tops of your thighs into the floor, and they want to stay in there. And then what you're going to do is make your big toes touch so that they're wrapping around the dumbbell, and then you're going to bring your heels all the way up like this. Now make sure that pelvis is still driving into the floor, because now when I'm doing this, my pelvis wants to lift up like this, but that's taking all the tension out of my hamstrings. That's not doing anything for me. If my pelvis is up in the air like this, I could do this all day. I'm not actually working my hamstrings. If I drive this into the floor, then that makes my hamstrings work, and that's suddenly a much more difficult exercise. Keep that core switched on, keep that pelvis into the floor, control it. Don't lower it all the way down there, because you're taking all the tension out of your hamstring, and that's no good for anyone. So just above the floor like that. Pelvis, core on, pelvis into the floor. Make that hamstring as small as you can, and then keep that pelvis switched on, drive away. 2 more reps. Keep that pelvis driven into the floor. Core's on, pelvis, you feel it come up, drive it back into the floor. And then put it back down when you're done. So, things to remember: core switched on, pelvis into the floor. Your bum is going to want to do this. There is going to want to create a gap between the floor and your pelvis. Your job is to make sure that once you notice it's happened, drive that pelvis back into the floor. Think about bringing the dumbbell as high as you can, with feeling safe so that it's not going to slip out your feet. Make that hamstring as small as possible, and then on the way down, extend. Your pelvis is going to want to lift up, drive it into the floor, and you're going to feel all that tension in the hamstring. Don't let it go all the way to the floor, because you'll let that tension out. And that is a lying dumbbell hamstring curl.